The
Esterhazy family is a Hungarian noble family that came to Burgenland over 400 years ago and has been closely connected to the Burgenland ever since. Here as well, they were elevated by Emperor Leopold to the high nobility, rising to the rank of a princely family. The last Prince Paul Esterhazy unfortunately had no children, and upon his death he bequeathed his entire estate to his wife, Princess Melinda.
She succeeded in preserving this wealth for future generations. She established 3 private foundations to help preserve cultural heritage.
Over the past 30 years, it has grown into a huge economic enterprise. From a medieval feudal estate, it evolved into a modern flagship company. Significant efforts are made to support art and culture. And of course, that requires funding. This is financed through the business operations. Together, it forms a unified whole that is complete and sustains itself. Before we introduced ELO, our processes were heavily paper-based. Back then, piles of paper would come through the mail to our offices. We have between 25 and 30,000 invoices per year.
We also manage several thousand contracts, including real estate contracts as well as forestry and lease agreements.
And we were simply looking for a digitalization solution, and that is how we came across ELO. At our company, we frequently receive very high-value incoming invoices. This is of course due to the construction activities we manage here. A construction site costs a lot of money, and such invoices naturally require many signatures. This is now much easier with ELO. We have an approval matrix that specifies who is authorized to sign up to a certain amount, who is next in line, and who still needs to review the invoice. What used to take 3 to 4 weeks can now be completed in a relatively short time. We currently have 54 companies mapped in ELO, and these 54 companies operate in 5 major sectors.
5 großen Hauptbereichen.
Real estate, agriculture and forestry, tourism and culture. We also have a winery and hospitality division with hotels and restaurants. This is of course a major challenge for any system. How do you bring together a quarry, a castle with cultural operations and a farm with cows under one roof? We have a database running in the background with over 20,000 entries, which also manages these permissions.
Here at the winery, we primarily use ELO for purchasing. For example, we purchase our annual supply of bottles and cartons, but withdraw them in smaller batches, and ELO notifies us when the annual volume has been used up. And in the end, we no longer need to go through this approval process when the invoice arrives.
With ELO, farmers can now approve invoices directly from their tractors using their mobile phones, and foresters can do the same from hunting lodges.
I have everything with me on my phone because ELO is not limited to desktop use in the office.
ELO has such strong acceptance in our company that employees actively suggest new improvements. They want to further develop the system. For example, we introduced an ordering process, fleet management, and we create outgoing invoices. We have mapped contract management in ELO and closed an additional gap with digital signatures. This means we now have everything digitally from ordering to incoming invoices to payment in one system.
Everything is clearly organized in ELO. We have a clear structure and save a lot of paper in our company.
I don't know anyone who says that it is difficult to work with ELO, and I think that says a lot. From clerks to assistants to managers and approvers, everyone says the same thing. I don't know any other system that is so intuitive for everyone, not just for those who introduced it, but also for those who actually use it. And it really is being used.